Hey y'all, welcome back to Twin Oaks Farm Poultry on YouTube. Thanks for joining me. It's Melissa here at Twin Oaks Family Farm in rural Southeast Ohio, USA. And we are in the hen house with the flock of hens that we keep for our small commercial egg production operation. So that's part of our poultry operation. We like to raise Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens for meat production, but this time of year, when there's a possibility of freezing temperatures and extended cold snaps, we try to limit starting and growing and finishing the meat birds. So really through the winter, we can focus on the egg production flock, and then for 2024, we're expecting meat chickens to start up again. For us, about March, we're expecting to start some chickens then. So we're actually in the process of getting our processing dates confirmed, which they are entered in our processor's calendar for all of 2024. And so we'll be looking at those processing dates and counting back for hatch dates for our request at the hatchery for meat bird chicks. So that once we get that done, though, that gives us time to focus on our egg production flock through the winter. So it's December 15th, 2023. And in this video, we're going to look at the flock, talk a little bit about the egg production and gathering eggs, and give you some feedback from our experiences with gathering eggs, like through the winter time and dealing with eggs in frozen conditions and fluctuating weather. So, we have some experience. We don't have all the answers and haven't experienced every possibility, but we are happy to share what we have experienced. So welcome back. Thanks for joining us, and let's take a look. So there's a hen going into the nest box, and we've got quite a few of the hens here at their feeder and kind of milling around in the hen house, and we've got the water over there. So we'll talk about a couple of those things as well. Little bit on numbers, I guess. I think we have 33 hens in this group. This is interesting over here. I don't know what's going on there. That is 2 hens. They're really kind of postured at each other and having a stare down. The black one has been somewhat broody for several weeks, and honestly, I think she's a black Orpington. The white one is a leghorn, and that blue, I call her blue, the gray one, we're not sure exactly what breed she is, but most of them in here, the red ones, are mostly Isa Browns. But taking a look at the hens, there's silver hen. So, you can see a mixture of body sizes. All of them are in pretty good condition, a mixture of breeds. I'd say she's probably the least conditioned at this point because she has been somewhat broody. So she's spent a lot of time in the nest boxes. So she's probably been eating less than the other hens recently. The lavender Orpington there is very, very well conditioned. And they're really interacting a lot today. That's kind of interesting. But anyway, so a couple things on the feed and the water before we talk about the eggs. But feed, we keep our hens on just a layer mash. Like when I go to the feed store, I just ask for a layer mash, and we buy it in 50-pound bags. Trying to think, we definitely use a 50-pound bag a week for sure. Sometimes we use 2 50-pound bags a week. So I'd say between that, though, for our 33 hens, we probably mostly use between 1 and 2 bags of feed a week. So let's say around 70 pounds of feed. And that's their total food source. So it's a complete feed for them. We do offer typically a flock block in here as well. They've finished up the one they just had, so it's not in here, but that's kind of a snacky treat for them, but still in moderation. We also give them a lot of kitchen scraps of fruits and veggies. We don't give ours a lot of kitchen scraps of meat or starches, but any fruits and veggies that we can give them, we do. So, so They do enjoy that very, very much. But we keep them consistently. I think she wants to go in a box. Yeah, we keep them consistent. I don't think she's laid an egg yet today. We keep them consistently on this layer mash. And so I would have to double check the feed tag. I'm thinking it's around 15 or 16% protein here. So I was going to get you a look at the texture of it. Okay, so it's grain-based. Probably 15 to 16% protein. And that's a good protein percentage to have in your feed for your laying hens, even through the winter. You don't necessarily have to step up the protein in the winter. In fact, you may not want to step up the protein in the winter. If your hens are laying well, I would not increase the protein just because it's winter or just because it's coming on winter or it's getting cold. Because if you give laying hens excessive protein, it's not going to make them put more energy into laying eggs. If you give hens excessive protein, it's actually going to take energy away from the hens laying eggs because their bodies are actually going to require more energy to metabolize the higher protein, to process it. So if your hens are laying well on the amount of protein percentage they're getting, I would not increase the protein percentage. So, if you research it and look it up, you see a range anywhere from 15 to 18 to 20% recommended for laying hens. But, oh my, yes. But we like to stick around 15, 16%. And that does a great job. For the most part, our hens are staying at, like 30 to 32 eggs out of 33 hens laying daily. When they had a little bit of seasonal molt, not too long ago, we got down to like 2 dozen a day out of 33 hens. But anyway, I'd keep them at a reasonable percentage of protein if they're laying well. And if they go into molt, you can increase the protein a little bit, and that helps them with getting the feathering back and staying strong through molt. But so also watering. Big thing, when you start to get fluctuation in weather or freezing weather, we have to deal with the challenge of keeping the water in that liquid state. We don't want it getting frozen where they can't get it and staying frozen. They've got to have fresh water, so they've got to have water that's in the liquid state that they can drink. So we had a metal water in here, and actually it froze one night overnight in the tray. That's a hen. We love you too, girl. So it had frozen the metal tray, and it warped the bottom of the metal tray of the water, and then that would not stay level, and the water would continuously run out of it, and the hens would be out of water. So you know what? Maybe she's mad. She wants in this box, I bet you. Let's see. So anyway, we'll see. Maybe not. So anyway, so we had to swap the metal one out for a plastic one. It's not going to warp the tray. Shouldn't crack, but we'll have to keep, because the water can expand in there, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. You could get a heated bucket. We're going to run out of time to talk here in about 20 seconds. We'll do another video on the eggs, but we've got some eggs in there. Biggest thing that's going to happen if they freeze is the outer shell's going to crack. So you'll be able to tell that if your eggs got froze in your coop or hen house. Thanks for watching, y'all.